Hey, greetings everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Plan B Success. How many times have you heard that we live in a very small world now? What a small world it is. An often used phrase when referring to the speed and reach of any contact across borders. But what truly is responsible for this far reaching consequence of today's world, and more so, what has led to the iterative development of human interaction and improvement over time? What do you think it is? What's the reason that we're able to connect so quickly, so fast? And what's the reason for so much of human interaction that we see in this day and age of social media? You might say technology. Well, I don't think so. I think it's beyond technology. I think it's communication. By communication, I mean the act of interacting with each other to exchange ideas, views, notions, beliefs, experiences, and so much more. Language has always been more of an enabler than a hindrance to interaction. And of all the varied life forms, man, or the human being rather, is the one blessed with the faculty of myriad forms of communication and interpretation. It's vital for each one of us to make optimum use of this faculty in various aspects of our lives. Vivid expression, lucid emotions, and a good health are all the result of effective communication skills. The skill to interact, the skill to exchange information, the skill to show emotion, show love, show care, and the skill to show belongingness. Communication has varied forms. It's not always about the language, it's also about the non-verbal cues that you use to communicate as well. Communication skills are to be honed upon throughout our lives so that we get better at this art and science of interaction and at the same time benefit from its many virtues. The way we write, the way we speak, the way we emote and express are all aspects of a complete package, our personality. Each one of us wants to ensure the most effective interpretation possible of what we aspire to convey. If communicating is a skill, listening and interpreting is a far, far more complex and more needed skill. After all, it's that interpretation which results in corresponding actions and reactions, and we want to affect the action we desire by communicating it. Hence, there is a need to master the skill of communication. It's often seen that due importance is not given to this everyday act of communication. A lot of us take it for granted, but it requires its own time and effort and attention in order to continue to hone this skill. By not giving it the attention it seeks, and by just taking it for granted, we wonder why the resulting actions of our communication were not what we expected to see. Earning more, getting a promotion, seeking someone's affection, speaking your mind, all result from effective communication in specific situations. It's important to recognize the situation and communicate accordingly to affect the results you seek. And when I say affect the results you seek, what I mean by that is the perfection is not in how you communicate, the perfection should be in you communicate in such a way that the other person interprets it the way you want it interpreted. It's also important that you're true to yourself when you communicate, since that is when the best of you is reflected in what you have to share. You have to be confident, you have to believe in the message that you're trying to pass, and then only will the best possible communication happen in terms of relaying the information, communicating, and in terms of the other person or the other people accepting it and interpreting it the way you desired it to be interpreted. So it's also important, as I said, to recognize the situation and communicate accordingly to affect the results you seek. Your authenticity, your vigor, and true essence exude in your communication, and as a result has the best impact possible based on how you hone the skill. Moreover, it leaves you with the satisfaction of having spoken your mind, and as a result, with a healthier body and a healthier mind, you stay. After all, it's only genies who need to be bottled up. Hey, I hope you liked that episode. Do check out my website, rajivmudumba.com. And by the way, do check out Top Podcast Mastery Program that's out there on the website. And if you're interested in podcasting, if you're interested in creating a brand image for who you are and what you have to offer, definitely check that course out. I'm sure it's going to provide you immense value, and it'll cut short your journey of researching podcasts by the weeks into a couple of hours to get started and moving on. Thank you very much.